hand, you know, that my hand shakes with Parkinson's disease, and it was to help me feel better. And the medicines work. It helps to stop my shaky hands so that I could do tasks a little easier, but at the same time it did some other things. It kind of made my head hurt a lot, and it kind of made my legs drag more when I walked. And it also made me feel so tired all the time that I had to take naps the last of the day. So when it came time to come to Bergen, I thought, I don't think I have the energy. I'm not sure I can do a proper program for Bergen students. And so guess what my team did? My red team that wears the red shirts with me said, that's okay, we can go, we can do your program for you. And I said, are you sure? And Mrs. Sedney said, sure, let's do it. And my team came and they did the exercises and they spoke to you and they put the music on and they reminded you about Parkinson's and they gave you the ribbons for participating, and that was so wonderful and so lovely. And now I've been given a different medicine, and for right now it seems to be giving me a little bit more energy. So I went to your principal and said, is there any way I can come and say thank you to the Bergen students for having my Pass the Baton program? Because they were such good listeners and they learned a little bit more, and they were so generous with donating money to Pass the Baton that I'd love to say thank you. And she said, well, we have an assembly, and it's in June, and it's an appreciation assembly. And I thought, that's fantastic. Appreciation means saying thank you and showing that you care to others. So that's why I'm here. So I'm just going to take a couple minutes to first say thank you. And Bergen students, you raised an enormous amount of money for Pass the Baton this year. You raised almost $3,000, which is a lot of money from kids. And that's wonderful. So I'm here to say thank you for that. And there's one other thing that I wanted to do. One other thing that I wanted to say, and the reason why I was here, and that's that thank you for being team members, because my message has always been it takes more than one person to help find a cure for Parkinson's disease. So we have the doctors that help people, we have the researchers that do their work, and we have people like me sharing what I know and I feel. And then you people are good listeners, and you hopefully share it with somebody at home to tell them what you've learned about Parkinson's disease, and that's helping to care and share too. And you donated money, like I said, and sometimes when I'm at home opening up the money donations, I find it to me. Sometimes I find a $5, and sometimes I find a $10, or sometimes your moms and dads write a check, and that's amazing. And sometimes some of you participate and you talk about it at home, but you're not able to give money, and that's okay, because there's lots of other very important reasons to share your money with people that might have heart problems, or people whose lungs don't work so well, or maybe if they've had an earthquake in their country and you want to help some others, so that's great. But I really appreciate that for one day in the year, you think about Parkinson's and you participate in my program. So for one special day, you're thinking about what's important to me, and that's Parkinson's disease. Now, there is one student in this school that thinks about Parkinson's more than just that one special day when I come in here and talk about Pass the Baton. And his name is James Rankin. James, could you come up to the front, please? So this is Jane, who's in grade 6, going home to the Baton. I'm going to talk about you just for a minute, Jane. Right up here. They've been too close. Go over here, buddy. I did not know James before I came to Bergen School. I recognized him as one of the boys that is in grade 6, like my son. He did play some baseball, I think, with my son in the community, but otherwise I did not know James any more than any of the rest of you. And one day I was opening up the envelopes for Pass the Baton in my house, and I thought, wow, there's a boy named James, and boy, has he ever donated a lot of money. And then the next year, I saw him and I said, James, that's amazing how much money you donated to Pass the Baton. Thank you so much. I said, did you go to your neighbors and friends and family members and ask for some money to make this amount? And he said, no. And I said, well then how did you get this money? Where did the money come from? And he said, from me. And I said, thought it was a lot of money. And I said, and he said, yeah. And I said, how did you get the money? And he said, my birthday money, some Christmas money, part of my allowance, money that my grandparents gave me. And I thought, that's amazing. Because I know I've heard from some of your parents that you have special jars at home, and some of you have giving jars or helping jars. And if you get money from your grandpa, or if you get money for your birthday, you might say, part of this money I'm going to use, and I'm going to buy myself a chocolate bar at the store, or get myself a movie that I've always wanted, or go to the movies. And then part of this money I'm going to put in my helping jar. And my helping jar is to help other people and to give it away to other people that need money for different reasons. So, if you are in this audience and your name is Ashley, or Sam, or Amy, or Zachary, or Emma, or Aiden, I know that you have, I know that you have helping jars, and I know that because you've sent me special notes along with your donations, and that is, I'm very proud of you for doing that and sharing some of your money from your sharing jar for me. And James kind of is in a league of his own, because the amount of money that James has donated to Parkinson is a lot of money. It's enough money that he could probably use that money to buy 10 bikes for himself. It's enough money that he probably could have bought himself an Xbox and a PlayStation and a TV for his bedroom. That's how much money that he has donated. So it's amazing that a child has wanted to, instead of buying those things for himself, has chosen to buy or to give the money to scientists to help other people and give people like me with Parkinson's hope, and give people like me a sense that people out there really care. So James, when I told the researchers and doctors about you at the meeting, we took James for a lab tour last year, didn't we? Because we thought, well, we better see what's going on with the money that he's donated. So we went for a nice lab tour. And this year I said to the doctors and researchers, we have to do something special for this boy James, who is donating so much of his own money. So right behind you, James.
Oops.
So this certificate is from the Parkinson Research Consortium, and it's for James, and it says, Pass the Baton for Parkinson's Team Effort Award, presented to James Rankin. And it says, in recognition of his dedication and extraordinary efforts in raising funds through the Shelby Hayter's Pass the Baton program to help find a cure for Parkinson's disease. And it's from the scientists and researchers down at the University of Ottawa. So, very, very